Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a full face of drugstore makeup. I have a whole bag of makeup here that I went and got. I always see these videos of people testing out different drugstore makeup, and I figured, you know, there is a drugstore right down the street from me, so might as well try out some products. What I tried to do was I tried to get at least one product from every brand that they sold there. Unfortunately, they didn't sell all of the brands that I was looking to try or the products that I was looking to try. When I decided this was the kind of video I wanted to do, I went online and did some research of the most hyped up drugstore makeup of 2020, and while I was able to purchase some of it, they didn't have everything that I wanted to purchase. So I made do with what I had in front of me, and hopefully I can test all this out and let you guys know what works and what doesn't work and help you in your makeup purchasing endeavors, because I know a lot of us don't like to spend a lot of money on makeup. I like trying all kinds of makeup and bringing all kinds of makeup to this channel, but for those who like to stick to the lower cost of makeup, this is great, so hopefully I can help you out. So first things first, for primer, I got the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Luminous Matte Makeup Primer. I am a big fan of e.l.f. Whenever I go to the drugstore, I get drugstore makeup, I try to get some e.l.f. products. e.l.f. is actually one of the first makeup brands that, you know, I really fell in love with. So I just love e.l.f. So I've never tried this particular primer. I do like some of their other primers, so hopefully I like this just as much. So if you can see here, it comes out kind of like a lotion. I've never had a primer like this before, but I know that there are some out nowadays that are like this. I think I saw, what brand was it? Bite Beauty maybe had a primer that was kind of like a lotion like this. So far so good. It does kind of smell like it has like a scent to it, but it's like a good scent. Like the best way, it says with acai berry here, but the best way that I can describe this scent is when it is like springtime and you go to the nursery to pick up some flowers, or like a home and garden store to get some flowers. It smells like flowers, like fresh garden. I kind of like it. As far as how my face feels, it feels the way that it does when I use their other primers, which it's pretty nice. It kind of just feels like I put some lotion on my face. So next, I purchased the Revlon Color Stay Brow Light Pomade Pencil. This was pretty cool. It is a pencil on one side and kind of like a kabuki brush on the other, so it can, fill in your brows and then kind of like make them look natural, if that makes sense. So let's try this out. Now granted, my brows are in desperate need of being done, but I'm trying to grow them out right now, so I think no matter what I do to them, they're not going to look good. So next, for eyeshadow, I got this Nude Attitude palette from Dollface. I saw this on the shelf, and Dollface is a brand that I've never heard of, but their branding was super cute, and I figured why not try it. It wasn't expensive at all. I believe this palette was $16, and they had a really big palette for $24, which I thought was a great price. This palette in particular also has some face powders. I believe it has a highlight in it. Yes, so this palette has some eyeshadows, and then it has a highlighter as well right here on the end. These are some really nice shades, so I'm excited to try these out. And it is a nice neutral palette here, so we know I like my neutrals. So these are all matte shades, so I'm just going to do a really simple kind of smoky eye. So I'll just go in with the lightest shade. I did put some primer on my eyelids. I just used the same e.l.f. primer. So I don't know if it's the shade or the brush or the primer that I used, but it looks like this light shade isn't doing much of anything, if I'm being honest. Let's try a darker shade. try this shade on the end right here. We'll see how that works out. Seems like this isn't really picking up either. So unfortunately that didn't work out how I hoped it would. The shadows just weren't sticking to my eyelids. I don't know if it's because of the primer or because of the brush or what, but it just wasn't really sticking. I used the darkest shade as I could to try and put something on my eyelid. So it kind of is just like this one shade. I don't really know what's going on. Looks like I kind of got punched in both eyes at the moment look going on. But maybe I will try this with a different primer and different brushes, and I will get back to you and let you know if things improve with this palette for me. There is still a highlighter in here that I will be trying when it comes time for that though. So next for eyeliner, I have the L'Oreal Infallible Liquid Eyeliner here. I feel like I read that there is another eyeliner from L'Oreal that people were wanting to try in 2020, but they did not have it at the store, so I picked up the closest thing to it. So this is the Infallible Sculpt Eyeliner. It is a felt tip liquid eyeliner, but it's kind of got this weird, I don't think you can really see it, tip to it, and it's like a ball point. So let's see how this works out. Okay, so let me just say that was not easy. This sphere like point at the top really threw me off. Like when I would swatch it on my hand or like draw on my hand with it to test it out, it would show just fine. But when I would put it on my eyelid, like nothing would show up. And in addition, it is like when you do get it to show up, it is very, very thick, which I don't typically wear eyeliner this thick. So that really threw me off as well. I guess if you are used to something like this, that you could get it to work for you. I think maybe it's my fault for buying the one with the sphere tip. I don't know where I went wrong there, but this was really hard to apply. Okay, so next for mascara, I have the Maybelline Falsies Push-Up Angel Mascara. If you can see that there. When I first started applying makeup, Maybelline mascara was one of the first products that I bought. I have always loved Maybelline's mascara. I think it works really well for the price that you're paying. So I'm excited to try this one out. So this wand is really strange. I've never seen a wand like this before. Usually I like the mascaras with the big thick wands. So let's just see how this works. Okay, so the mascara actually wasn't too bad. I feel like it was definitely a lengthening mascara more than a volumizing mascara. The wand kind of threw me off at first, but once you get the hang of it and apply it the right way, it actually does work out. Would I buy this again? Yeah, maybe. I mean, if I had to compare this to a higher end mascara, I would probably say this is similar to the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara that just came out recently, because it definitely lengthens, not really volumizes, if that makes sense. Okay, so now for face, I got the CoverGirl Outlast Active 24-Hour Foundation. So I originally was going to get the CoverGirl the like milk foundation, but I did read that is actually a tinted moisturizer, which gives you very light coverage, and I wanted something with more coverage. So this is advertised as a medium to full coverage foundation, and it says that it lasts 24 hours. So I'm going to apply it, and then by the end of the day, or when I'm ready to take my makeup off for the day, I will let you guys know how it lasted. Obviously I'm not going to be wearing this for 24 hours, but I will let you know how long it lasted and what it looks like right before I take it off for the day. So I will leave those results in the description down below when I post this. Okay, so my first impression of this is that it does smell like sunscreen a bit, which I did read that it does have sunscreen in it, so that explains that. I actually ended up getting a shade that is really close to my skin tone, which surprises me because I'm always off when I don't test things. It is a little pale, but I am pretty pale right now, so that makes sense. And I gotta admit that I am very impressed with the amount of coverage with this. It is definitely medium to full coverage. I have rosacea, so I have like red spots on my skin, and for the most part, it did cover it up, and that's to say that I didn't even put any concealer on yet, so I'm very impressed with this foundation. Again, this is the CoverGirl Outlast Active Foundation. So like I said, I will leave in the description down below how it lasts throughout the day, and I will see what it's like right before I take it off for the night. So I decided to stick with CoverGirl for concealer just because I use CoverGirl foundation, and so I have the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer here. I got it in a very light shade, if you can see that, just because I like my concealer lighter than the rest of my foundation because I have very dark circles under my eyes and I try to cover them the best that I can. So again, I'm really impressed with this concealer. So CoverGirl is doing all right in my book today. So I think I put a little too much on, but it is very full coverage, which is awesome. I believe this was only, I want to say like $10 if I can remember off the top of my head. And it looks really good. It really brightened up my under eyes. Granted, I do need to put on some powder, but I really like how this turned out. So next for blush, I'm trying something a bit different, and I'm doing the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Baton Day Maquillage Blush. It's a cream blush. I've never tried a cream blush before, but I figured now, why not now, you know? So this is the shade Peach Bums. It's really cute. It's like a very light pink, which is good. I don't want anything too dark, especially with the dark eye makeup that I have going on. So I have to admit, I am quite impressed with this cream blush. It blends really nicely. The texture is like really creamy and smooth, which is awesome. And like I said, it blends really nicely. I don't know if you can really tell on camera here, but it looks really nice and natural, and I like that. I don't like anything too pinky when it comes to blush. So next for bronzer, I just got this bronzer palette from e.l.f. Like I said before, I love e.l.f. products. They are one of my favorite drugstore brands. So I do believe that I've tried a little palette like this before from them like a while ago. So I just wanted to try it again, and we'll see how this goes. So it's got 4 different shades there, which are all really nice. Again, nothing too dark, which is good, especially because I'm super pale this winter. So I used the darkest shade in the palette, and I haven't even blended yet, but as you can see, it doesn't come out that dark. But again, that's fine, especially if you're doing something very light. So for this purpose, it does in fact work. And then for highlight, I'm going back to the Nude Attitude palette from Dollface, and I'm going to try out the highlighter. So hard to open. I literally just smashed my finger into an eyeshadow. So if you can see it there, I just put a little bit of it on my finger, and it's more like a powder than a highlight. So I can see it a little bit. I wouldn't say it is anything like an extreme highlight, but if you are going for a more natural look, this does work. I'm very interested to try out more products from this brand just to see how they work. Maybe, you know, like I'm just not doing this right, but I don't know. I'd like to try out other products from this brand for sure. And next, moving on to some finishing powder. I just have my e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in the shade Fair Light. I've been using this for a while now and I really like it. Like I said a million times in this video, I really like e.l.f. So, highly recommend. So next, moving on to lips, I have this Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Stick. I really like the shade, so that is why I got this. I have also had really dry, chapped lips so far this winter, so I wanted to get something with a little bit of moisture or hydration in it so I wasn't drying out my lips even more. I've never tried a lipstick or a lip color stick from Neutrogena, so I figured now was good time as any to try it. Again, I gotta say I'm very impressed. It has a smell or a scent to it, which it's I don't know. You ever smell a taste or taste the smell? Maybe I'm insane, but I swear that's a thing. But it kind of has a grapefruit kind of scent or taste to it, which makes me wonder if there's grapefruit in it. I don't know, but anyway, this shade is Pink Nude. I really like it. I don't know if I like it with the eye makeup that I have going on, because again, it is looking like I got punched in both eyes, but we make do with what we have. I definitely think this would be a good kind of everyday lip color too, and a lip stick, because it moisturizes, it doesn't dry out your lips. So let's see how long it lasts, and I will write that in the description down below as well, just to see, if this lasts all day, I might keep this in my purse. And finally, for setting spray, I got the Maybelline New York Lasting Fix Spray. There wasn't many setting sprays at this particular drugstore that I could choose from, but I did see this, so I figured I would try this, and it had a big, sign next to it marketing it, so I was like, why not? I really don't have anything to say about that. It does come out kind of strong, but that's alright. So there you have it. There is my finished look. Overall, I do wish that the eye portion of this look came out better, but like I said, I'm going to experiment with those products a bit more just to see if maybe I was doing something wrong, and I will give you guys an update on that. But overall, I was very impressed with many of these products, especially the CoverGirl foundation and concealer. Super awesome. And it is all such a good price, so I really can't recommend some of these products enough to you guys. It is always good to know that there are some great products in the drugstore just down the street, for last minute, trips, or if you need something at the last minute because you ran out and you don't have time to run to Ulta or run to Sephora, run to the mall, whatever. Having a drugstore around the corner is very convenient, and it is very convenient for my wallet as well. So if there are any other drugstore products or any other products in general that you'd like to see me try out, or that you want to know how they work, please shoot me a message or a comment or something, and I'd be more than happy to try them out and let you guys know what I think. I love doing this stuff. So, give me more products to try out. I would love to do it. So if you liked today's video, make sure you hit the red button down below to subscribe to my channel, and click the little bell next to it to be notified whenever I post. Make sure you check me out on social at @BrieCutter on most platforms. Also, if you are a big fashion and beauty guru, make sure you join my Facebook community, which is called Smart Style Society. I post all about different sales going on in there, different trends, and all kinds of fashion and beauty related things, so make sure you check that out as well. I'll leave a link in the bio below. And until next time, see you guys. Thanks for tuning in.